Tonight on CTV, cold temperatures may bring an undetectable threat into your home. A look at the dangers of carbon monoxide poisoning. And a local singer is making a difference off the stage. Find out how. Plus, a look at an event honoring our veterans last week. All coming up next on CTV.
Welcome to CTV News. I'm Katie Spencer.
And I'm Michael McNulty. A Windsor area principal was suspended Monday after being arrested. Last Thursday, Windsor Middle School principal Doug Englert was arrested on what police called a domestic violence dispute. The middle school announced Monday that Englert had been placed on a paid administrative leave until further notice. Englert was arrested on charges of assault, cruelty toward a child, and harassing communication. Superintendent Karen Trussler confirmed that Englert was placed on leave, but did not elaborate.
The Open Door Mission in Fort Collins may close its doors to the community. The Reverend Richard Thibault announced Sunday that he would be leaving the mission. Thibault founded the Open Door Mission 27 years ago. The Denver Rescue Mission considered taking over the Fort Collins location, but have not yet committed to that decision. The Open Door Mission is a resource for many of Fort Collins' homeless population. And every year, around 500 people die from carbon monoxide poisoning, and at least 5 to 10 here in Colorado. And that risk becomes even greater when the weather becomes colder. I spoke to a Poudre Valley firefighter for some prevention tips. The flick of a switch, the turn of a knob, and the gas pours out. This daily activity for many can be life-threatening.
Carbon monoxide can actually be a killer if someone gets enough of it within their system. They can go to sleep at night and unfortunately not wake up.
Many home appliances run on natural gas, such as a stove or a water heater. Poudre Valley Fire goes on approximately 50 calls a year for carbon monoxide.
The call volume actually does go up when we come into the heating season, which we're just beginning right now here in Colorado.
Prevention is key when dealing with carbon monoxide since it is undetectable.
The first thing that they can do is install a carbon monoxide alarm. We cannot detect it. That's why carbon monoxide alarms are so very important. The next thing is make sure your appliances are checked if any of them are fuel burning appliances.
And as if it wasn't dangerous enough, the symptoms could mimic the flu.
And they could include headaches, dizziness, sleepiness, and even nausea. Please get an alarm. It's better than to prevent an incident such as poisoning than it is to have to try to take care of one afterwards.
A recent law that was passed states that any rental property must have at least one carbon monoxide detector. If your house doesn't have one, Poudre Fire has a program that gives them out for free.
Coming up next, we have Ashley Wallinger here with the weather report to tell us what's in store for the rest of the week.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you are really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
So the weather's been really deceiving lately.
I know, it's sunny out, but it's still freezing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were confused by that today, but luckily it should be getting warmer through the rest of the week, so that's always good to look forward to.
Good.
But we definitely got an early taste of winter over the weekend. There was a mix of snow and rain throughout the day Saturday, and it felt below freezing for most of the day, but luckily the snow didn't stick around for long. As you can see by the picture that was taken today, it got a lot warmer and sunnier than it was over the weekend with plenty of dry temperatures. But good news, warmer weather is back in the forecast for the rest of the week. The snow and below freezing temps have moved out of the area, and we're back to more seasonal conditions. An area of high pressure is forming over the region today, clearing out the clouds and bringing high temperatures 5 to 10 degrees warmer than what we saw yesterday. Tomorrow should be the warmest day so far this week, with highs into the 50s and a mix of sun and clouds. Today, we saw a lot of higher temperatures today across the state, almost 70 in Lyman, 47 in Denver, 50s across I-25 corridor, and 54 today in Fort Collins. The weather should be staying fairly stable throughout the next week. On Thursday, the temps will dip a bit into the mid-40s, but it warms back into the 50s as we head into the weekend. The lows are hovering around freezing for the next 7 days, so make sure you bundle up if you're headed out at night. It stays in the mid-50s with plenty of sunshine and light winds on Saturday and Sunday. The early part of your Thanksgiving break is looking really nice with highs in the 50s and lots of sun. Enjoy some time outside while the milder weather is still in our area. Now back to the desk.
All right, thanks, Ashley. Longtime center for the Colorado Avalanche, Joe Sakic, was inducted into the Hall of Fame last night after 14 seasons. Sakic came into the NHL as a supreme shooter and goal scorer, which ultimately led him and the Colorado Avalanche to 2 Stanley Cup championships and 11 playoff appearances within the first 6 years of Colorado's first professional hockey club. Joe Sakic was also named the 8th best center to ever play the game, behind some of the greatest names in hockey like Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, and Mark Messier.
Well, next up, a look at an event bringing veterans and artists together.
And a musician who's making some noise. We'll be right back.
They say that when you're facing extreme danger, your life flashes before you. If you think that's sad, consider facing it before you even have enough life to flash before your eyes. Deaths and injuries can be prevented by using the right car seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to know what is appropriate for each age and size.
43,000 CSU Ram alums call Denver home. Now it's easier for Denver Ram fans to stay connected with CSU. CSU is proud to announce the new Colorado State University Denver Center, where Ram alums will feel at home. It's a place to make professional connections, enjoy events with other alumni, and even show your Ram pride with a wide selection of CSU fan gear. Stay connected with CSU, the CSU Denver Center at 17th and Glenarm. Learn more at rams5280.colostate.edu.
This Veterans Day, artists and veterans got together to explain their stories in a different way. Veterans Day is a time to honor those who have served for us. Some find the courage to tell their story,
and he didn't care enough about his daughter,
while others listen. But sometimes there's a disconnect, and that's why CSU hosted the 2nd annual Veteran Print Project.
I started the project to help bridge the gap between veterans and civilians, allowing us to have a conversation, and by putting it in art form with the prints.
And the participants responded well.
This experience was just, it was like trying to walk in somebody else's shoes, but without the ability to do so, only being able to hear the story of walking in that person's shoes.
He was just like, he wanted to know everything about my deployments, my time in the service, and he was just a very interested guy, and I just started opening up.
And with the exhibition, everyone got to see other artists' work to gain a new perspective on their own stories.
It was eye-opening, to say the least. My particular story I had told an immense amount of times. I couldn't count how many times I've told that particular story, but it seemed to have a different meaning when I was telling it through somebody else's work.
You can be so cruel. You can be so cruel to somebody, and they can turn around and they can give you a hug, and they can offer you their stuff out of their own house. And it just reminds me that just because you think you don't like somebody doesn't mean that they don't love you.
This is the 2nd year CSU held the Veteran Print Project. For more information or to participate next year, visit vetartproject.com.
The music scene in Fort Collins has fostered many artists into successful music careers. CTV reporter Bree Hottinger takes a look at one up-and-coming musician who has a bit of a different career goal in mind.
People matter. This is the melody underscoring every song and action of local singer-songwriter Bethany Egan, who instead of seeking fame or fortune, does everything according to what she believes will help people the most.
I care about people. From my experience in the world, things and jobs and success and even ideas, they just don't matter as much as people do.
Egan sings many of her songs at The Rock, a Christian ministry she's involved in on campus. Otherwise, she is usually in class, hanging out with friends, or working as a nanny, among other things. But Egan hopes to add another task to that list, and that is to make a difference.
If I want a job that's going to affect the most people, I think it would be teaching, and that's why I want to be a teacher, because I want to have the chance to speak into kids' lives as they're learning to be adults, as they're learning what's true.
Last year, Egan created a magazine to that effect, featuring stories from peers in her student ministry to combat the messages aimed at youth in media and literature today.
We read magazines that are supposedly real life, that talk about problems and solutions, but the people that I know that match their lives up with the Bible, they don't struggle with a lot of the same things that those magazines portray. They have answers that change their lives, and I consider that to be real.
For now, Egan's songs are her main medium to influence the world, but someday she'll be doing that in the classroom. Bree Hottinger, CTV News.
If you'd like to hear more of Egan's music or even download some of her songs, you can visit her page at soundcloud.com. And stay with us, the community calendar is up next.
Colorado State University is committed to expanding access to education. Today, that includes online learning. CSU brings faculty and programs to students around the state and around the world. With flexibility to earn a degree online from a world-class university, and the ability to balance education with work and family. Learn more at succeedwithcsu.org.
Shelters are the best places to find a new pet.
What a perfectly beautiful little lady.
That's where you'll discover healthy, loyal, and loving animals.
You little rascal.
Eager to become a part of your family. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet.
Oh, ladies first.
Be that person. Adopt.
This is living.
Hey, kid. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
It's time to take a look at what's going on around CSU before everyone heads home for fall break. Here's this week's community calendar. The annual Border War Blood Drive is underway. Help beat Wyoming in blood collections. It runs from November 12th to the 16th at various on-campus locations.
The Office of Admissions has new eco-friendly tour vans to help show off the campus to new students. Come help name the vans. Your entries are due November 14th at the Office of Admissions. And get in the holiday spirit. Go to the UCA to watch A Christmas Story. The play premieres November 15th at 7 p.m. Get your tickets at the box office or online. And then it's Thanksgiving break. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm really excited. My mashed potatoes are waiting for me. They're my favorite.
Yeah, my mom makes homemade cranberry sauce. I love that. And then after Thanksgiving, you can make a sandwich with the leftover turkey and everything.
It's the best. It's the best.
Excited. Well, that's all the time we have for you tonight. You can check out these stories you saw tonight on CTV11news.com.
Remember to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Have a great night.